In today's video, we'll be looking at how to stop losing money and burning money on Facebook ads. Facebook ads or Meta ads, Instagram ads are a must-have in 2024 for every type of online store and brand. But unfortunately, thanks to the difficulty and tediousness of running a successful Facebook ad account and the lack of support that Meta customer service give, most e-commerce businesses lose a large chunk of their money long before they can create a Facebook ad strategy that actually sells and gives them the results and ROI that you want. So in this video, we'll be touching on how to stop losing money, how to stop burning money, and more importantly, how to flip that ad account around to ensure that you have the highest chance of success. My name is Arsalan, founder of AKM, where we help scale, grow, and invest into the DTC brands that we love. Now, having spent over 300 million in the last couple of years on Meta alone, we've learned a thing or two about making money, but we've learned even more things about losing money. Now, this video is for those of you watching that maybe have your own brand, that are working for a brand, that are freelancing and have your own ad accounts that you're managing for e-commerce brands right now, and you're struggling a little bit to scale and get the customers that you want at the CPA that you want. So to make things easier, we thought we'd make a video to help you get a little bit better every day to stop burning your money to the casino that is social media paid advertising, specifically Meta advertising. Now, most businesses and advertisers lose money in two core scenarios. Scenario number one, you navigate Ads Manager and get lost in all the bells and whistle features. And this complexity often prevents a lot of people from actually leveraging the growth potential of Facebook advertising and instead burning a lot of money. Now, scenario two, you may be a little bit more of an established brand or marketer, and in your case, running ineffective ad campaigns is what really takes away from your growth and scale elsewhere. Example of bad spending on Meta instead of putting it into Google or TikTok or anywhere else where your growth is a faster win. Because remember that every penny of your ad spend is essential for growth, and wasting it on non-performing Facebook ads undermines your growth goals. The key understanding here is that Facebook's advertising is powered by machine learning algorithm, and to succeed you need a substantial amount of ad spend to fuel those algorithms, enabling it to analyze ad performance and metrics and help shape successful Facebook ad strategies and campaigns. Now, the solution lies in what we call a unique MBD framework, providing an effective way to harness the power of Facebook ads without draining additional resources. And I'll explain a little bit more how to leverage this framework along with 15 different ad types and examples and structures so that you can follow in case you want some inspiration to try out. So with that said, and first thing first, what is MBD? It's all about making better decisions and asking the right questions, such as why your Facebook bidding strategies matter in the first place, or how to create ads faster and for less money, or out of all the Facebook ad campaigns, which one should you choose? On top of that, you also have the 4 different Facebook audience categories, such as broad audiences, lookalike audiences, interested audiences, and then custom audiences. You might also be thinking, well, what type of ad structure should I be using? How do I know if one of my creatives or winning ads is a winning ad in the first place? Or maybe even things like, what is my offer or value proposition? These are all things that really matter when it comes to asking the right questions before you make the best decisions. And more importantly, how all of the factors that I just mentioned above work together. So with that said, let's dive into today's video. Don't shoot the messenger here, but humans generally cannot compute the vast amount of information and data that comes from platforms like Facebook. So when we fail to acknowledge our own limited capacity, it actually inhibits our ability to make the best decisions possible for our businesses and for our ad accounts. Now, you have to understand that Facebook as a company, as a business, at its core is a predictive machine learning tool. Unfortunately, that means no matter how skilled of a data analyst you might be or how good at ads you think you are, you simply cannot outpredict a machine that has been built to do just that. So instead of going against this truth and working against yourself, we've decided to use it to our advantage by creating a framework that integrates the principles of this algorithm into a streamlined decision-making process that we call the MBD, or Make better decisions framework. We've actually talked about this on other videos already, but why do your Facebook bidding strategies matter? Now, when you create an ad account, you'll see that Facebook offers both manual bidding and automated bidding, or highest volume bidding, lowest cost bidding, if you will. They've changed the name over the years. Now, for 99% of the ads that you see on your Facebook page, these brands are using automatic bidding since it's less tedious and it leverages the platform's predictive tool to yield the best results. That being said, while automatic bidding may seem like a no-brainer for an e-commerce business, this tool can actually hurt your growth if you're a brand that has just started running ads. And the reason being, your account just simply lacks enough data for the algorithm to actually determine the best outcome for your ad campaign. So, when you ask those automated tools and the algorithm to get you the best results possible, it's going to assume that a minimal amount of growth is the best outcome for your brand. Because again, it just simply doesn't have the right data to give you what you want, unless you're very lucky. But at AKM, we don't make our decisions and growth decisions based on luck. We need a framework that we can repeat over and over again. And in the MBD framework, we take a more customized approach to this. So instead of trusting the algorithm to spend your money effectively, we limit how much Meta or Facebook can bid on our ads. And we do this by using manual bidding or a goal-based bidding approach. You can think of this as putting a limitation in place as to how much of your money Meta can spend before getting you the results that you desire. Now, we've actually already made a video on this in the past in depth. So if you haven't seen that, link will be somewhere in the video here where you should definitely go ahead and check that out before you continue the rest of this video. Now, next up, we ask, how do you create ads faster for less money? Now, if you've already followed the MBD framework for bidding tools, you may have leftover ad spend. Instead of wasting it, we use those funds to create more campaigns and apply manual bidding strategies to keep on delivering results. Now, beyond just hitting your ROAS target or your CPA target, Facebook ads are about finding your audience, building brand awareness, and converting customers. Now, successful brands and successful accounts create dozens or even hundreds of ads to reach those goals, and they create even more ads to reach the goals beyond those goals. Now, Facebook Ads Manager relies on data to optimize outcomes. The more high quality creatives you can produce, the better your results will be. It's as simple as that. And as we go into the next 5 years, where the algorithms are becoming more and more AI based and machine learning focused, creatives is really what dictates which audience sees your ad. And simply put, brands that can consistently generate large volumes of ads, which are high quality at the cheapest cost, will outperform their competitors. Now, the best part is you don't actually need a massive budget to scale. We have a guide and we have a separate video literally on this topic again on how to create the best ad creatives for the least amount of money so that you can outcompete your competitors. Now, in meta advertising, there are 3 different types of ad campaigns, each tailored to different marketing needs. There's the manual bidding campaigns, which offer a more sort of hands-on control approach for customizing ads. There's dynamic product ads, which automatically tailor your ads based on the product catalog and the user behavior. Then there's advantage shopping campaigns, ASCs, which is Meta's latest AI-powered format, which enhances ad customization and targeting. And these 3 campaigns can target 4 different audience types. You've got the broad audiences with shared interests. You've got lookalike audiences similar to your customers. You've got interested audiences who are engaged with your brand or engaged with the product or category. And then you have custom audiences, which are built from your data specifically. Now, diving deeper into that, broad audiences may sound like they target a large random group of Facebook users, but in reality, they're a very refined version of your target audience. Facebook uses data from successful past ads, such as demographics, engagement, to basically fine-tune who sees your ads in a much broader category. So if your broad audiences is set to target all the potential customers in the US within a specific age range, Facebook will show your ad to the people most likely to engage, not just everybody in the US in that age range. It's a precise approach, not a random one. Moving on from that, you have lookalike audiences, another great option for brands looking to expand their reach and hit new target customers similar to their existing purchasers and customers. For instance, you can use the information from your existing customer list, website visitors, Facebook page followers, and determine the type of audience that you're trying to attract. Then what Facebook will do is find new audiences who look like these type of customers and demographics to ensure that your ads are placed in front of those correct or as ideal and close to correct as possible. After that, you have interest-based audiences. So it's another unique way to draw your customers to your e-commerce store is through interest audiences. audiences, which is basically referring to users who have shown interest in specific products that are similar to customers that you have purchased. So for example, if you're a jewelry brand, targeting people interested in jewelry as an interest is not a bad idea. Finally, the most specific option is custom audiences, which allows you to create a campaign that reaches a specific customer list. This option is best for retargeting campaigns or campaigns that maybe are shown to people that have purchased from you before and so forth. You can basically use your email list, website visitors, or create custom audiences in Facebook Ads Manager depending on the audience that you want to target from the data that you might already have. So what about the best ad account structures? Now, as I said earlier, we are big advocates of manual bidding based campaigns or cost control campaigns. And when it comes to ROAS based optimization, we think that working with manual campaigns is the best way to guarantee that you get the best possible results without using up all of your ad spend in the process. So to do this, we work on creating campaigns that feature one CBO campaign with budget optimization and 2 ad sets, typically. Now, the first ad set is our broad audience, or we call it our scalable audience in this case. Now, these Facebook users are not necessarily broad in the sense that they fall completely outside of your target audience. Again, the algorithm will still use basic information and demographic data that you have to decide whether or not your ads will be shown to the entire population of the US, for example. In the second ad set, we like to have a more targeted approach. This is where we opt in to use either interest stacks, a stack of different interests, Facebook users who have already engaged with our product or are interested in similar pages and brands, or even lookalike audiences. And this helps us to consistently bring in potential customers by targeting new audiences that already share similarities with our existing customers or the demographic we want to go after. And what this allows us to do is gather data from the more targeted approach and let Facebook's algorithm then find and seek those customers in our more broad approach, helping us to target customers and buyers who have similarities to people that are already interested in our brand or our category. Now, after that, we have the 3 elements of an ad set. Now, each of our ad sets includes 4 key points that we'll be using to measure growth and determine performance while running those ads. Now, these elements include things like the value proposition. The value prop, or angles if you will, is where ad creatives come into play. In essence, this is where you use your ad copy to target the specific pain points of your customers and demonstrate to them why your product is the solution that they might be potentially looking for. For instance, if you're a shoe brand, start by determining what motivates your customers to buy new shoes in the first place. Do they want to look taller? Do they want to run faster? Do they want to have a more comfortable shoe? All of these concepts are used to narrow down your value proposition, which dictates the direction of your ad creative. And as I said, your ad creative essentially these days dictates the audience it's served to. We also look at the offer. The offer represents your call to action, which you hope to achieve through your ad copy. Now, you can always opt in for an evergreen offer simply by encouraging them to buy the product from your store, or maybe an evergreen offer that you're running all year round, like 10% off, etc. However, you can also use a little bit more aggressive tactics like buy one, get one free, free shipping, or other limited time offers depending on the seasonality of that moment. Now, as I record this video, we're about to go into Halloween, and I can tell you right now that about 90% of our brands are running Halloween themed offers, trying to increase the perception of value and timing it to the cultural moment, which is the holiday itself. And then finally, within these ad structures, we use the ad campaign date, which basically lets us see exactly when we launch specific ads to help us keep track in an organized way inside of the ad account on when we launch things, how do they perform, and then analyzing it against other metrics or previous campaigns. Now, you might be asking me at this point, well, Arsalan, AKM, how do you guys actually test your ad creatives? How do you know if it's good? What do you look for? Is it just purchases? Is it ROAS? Is it the volume that it gives me? Well, once your ad sets are live, you use that campaign data to test your ad creatives. You combine creative testing with Facebook's target bidding auctions, and we ensure that if the ads spend, they're likely winners. Again, in a manual bidding campaign, the algorithm will only spend if it believes that it can hit the target that you've set it. So for example, let's say you're testing different call to actions within the same ad set. Different call to actions such as evergreen offer versus a buy one, get one free offer versus a free shipping offer. You can be pretty sure if the algorithm decides to spend on one ad way more than any of the others, that specific call to action is likely a winner. You can do the exact same thing for your value propositions, for the angles, and then for the ad formats, or even for different influencer collaborations that you might be doing in future campaigns. And lastly, how do all these factors work together. Now, using manual campaigns allows us to set manual bidding, choose our audience, and test ad creatives while letting Facebook's algorithm and their system do the heavy lifting for us. This approach basically controls the ad spend while allowing us to creatively test and save both time and budget. Because as I said at the start, if it doesn't believe it can get you close to the target that you've set, it's likely not gonna spend. And I would rather not spend any money than spend it badly. And the more I do this, the more I provide Facebook's algorithm with more data, more creatives to test. This method only improves in the long term and our performance, leading to better ROAS, stronger ad creatives, and ultimately more profit for your brand, which is always the key goal that we have. Now, on top of this, Facebook actually offers you dynamic product ads, which we call DPAs. And we also have broad dynamic product ads, which we call BDPAs. Now, DPA and BDPA let you promote your entire e-commerce catalog across Facebook, Instagram, and other platforms in the network. While it's often used interchangeably, these are the key differences. Now, DPA focuses on remarketing to the past visitors, targeting them with specific time frame. Example, the last 45 days. If they viewed a certain product, you better be sure that they're gonna get an ad for that certain product that they saw and that catalog. And what this does is it creates a personalized sales funnel for you. Versus BDPA, however, targets new audiences with similar interests to your existing customers, making it a broader version of the first, which is the DPA. Now, to set up either ad type, simply follow these steps in the Facebook Ads Manager. Now, first up, you must have a product catalog. So make sure you create the product catalog in Facebook Business Ads Manager. And this file basically includes your product's details, the name, the ID, description, landing page, the URL, the image URL, etc., etc. After that, you can go into the Ads Manager and create and select catalog sales as your sales objective or your campaign objective. From there, you choose the product catalog at the ad set level and select your prepared catalog that you've already gone ahead and set up, which then Facebook will start to use to pull the product information for those dynamic ads that you'll be serving. You also want to make sure you go ahead and define the audience. So choose between targeting a broad DPA or retargeting previous customers, the DPA. And finally, you simply set up the budget and schedule to set the daily or the lifetime budget to define your ad schedule. And finally, you simply design your ad using a single image or a carousel format. Facebook will automatically fill in all of the product images and details based on what you put in the catalog itself. Now, we personally love DPAs. We've seen a lot of success with DPAs, but they don't always work. So make sure you're constantly testing, changing different elements and variables within the DPA catalog to make sure you get the most out of them. That's just a bonus tip. Finally, we get into advantage shopping campaigns or ASCs. Now, as I said earlier, ASCs are Meta's latest AI-powered tool, which came out about a year ago that automates the ad process for you. You simply put in the campaign details and the AI will optimize your ads automatically. But ASCs do have limitations. For example, they're capped at 8 campaigns, and automatically setting targets make it harder to hit the ROAS goals that you want. Another thing with ASCs to keep in mind is they do end up retargeting existing customers, so it's not always going to be just specifically for cold audiences. Now, as a quick recap on how to set this up in the Ads Manager, again, it's the same thing. So ensure the product catalog is ready in your Facebook Business Ads Manager, create a new campaign, and create and select conversions as your main objective this time. After that, you set up the ad set. You select the product catalog and your target audience. Are you in the US, in the UK, etc., and so forth. Following that, again, you set and define your budget and ad schedule. When is this ad actually going live? From there, you're choosing the conversion purchase event as your main event because you're targeting for purchases and new customers. From there, you go ahead and create the ad as usual, whatever type of ad that you want. If you want to go ahead and go down the dynamic route, maybe you consider even using dynamic ads so that the algorithm selects relevant users and relevant creative for specific customers. And then you go ahead and you publish that campaign. Again, if you want more of an in-depth understanding on the step-by-step process, we've put some links below on exactly how to set up your ASC and your DPA ads. And finally, 15 Facebook ad templates that you can try use for inspiration for your very own ads. Now, whether it's from influencer partnerships to user-generated content, carousel ads, Facebook video ads, the possibilities for ad creatives are somewhat endless. So what we've done is curate our 15 favorite ad templates so that you can draw inspiration for the next time that you're ready to start running ads faster. One more note here, we've actually done a very in-depth video on all of the ad types that we use at AKM, the best practices, and how you can go ahead and use them for yourself. So if you haven't seen that video, make sure you go ahead and check it out as it goes into a lot more depth than the quick examples that I'm about to go through. Finally, as an e-commerce digital marketing agency, our goal is to help our partners tell their brand story in a way that gets them the best results and puts them ahead of the competition. For more insight on how we use the MBD framework to transform potentially your strategy, then make sure you go ahead and connect with us today. We'll go ahead and do a free audit, as we always do, to point you in the right direction. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to go ahead and like and subscribe. We always appreciate it, and it helps us to keep these videos going and providing the most value that we can for free. And finally, if you have any questions or you got confused on anything that I said, make sure to go ahead and leave a comment down below so we can go ahead and try help you in the very best way. My name is Arsalan from AKM, and I'll see you guys in the next video.